today I have a flawless foundation routine video for you guys. I'm super excited about this video because I am obsessing over this foundation routine right now, and as you guys can tell, it looks so flawless in person and camera and video and pictures. Everywhere it looks so flawless, and I just love this foundation routine, and I wanted to share this with you guys because it's one of my favorites, and I feel like I'm using a foundation that not many people use or talk about or anything like that on YouTube, and I want you guys to know how good this foundation is because I've actually loved it for years, but I've just recently pulled it back out again because I used to use it a lot when I was in high school, and now I've just recently pulled it back out to use it all the time now. So I absolutely love this foundation routine. This is a full flawless foundation routine, but it still looks so natural. Doesn't look, I mean, obviously I have a lot of makeup on, but as far as like the foundation goes, I do not have a crap ton of crap just caked on. Like, I don't have like 5 layers of foundation and 6 layers of concealer and all of that. I mean, I have a lot of foundation and concealer on, but not too much, and I only put powder where I needed it, not all over, so it looks really natural and beautiful, and this foundation is just everything to me. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this flawless foundation, then keep on watching. What I always do before I put anything on is I put a lip conditioner on. This is the Nivea Kiss of Smoothness Hydrating Lip Care. I got this one because it has SPF, and for the spring and the summer, but as summer especially, I like to have an SPF on my lips because my lips seriously will get burnt in like a minute, and I'm always laying out by our pool, and I'm going to the beach in a month, so you know, gotta have your lip care. So because it is getting warmer outside where I live, it's like high 80s, low 90s most days. I want to make sure I'm priming my face to make sure all of the foundation is going to stay on all day. I'm using the Laura Mercier foundation primer. I'm going to take a MAC 190 brush, just a little stippling brush, and I'm just going to kind of dip it into that primer and just kind of go all over my face with that. I mean, you could just use your fingers, but so now for foundation, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Advanced Never Fail Makeup SPF 20 18-Hour Smooth Blend Comfort Foundation. It looks like this, or with the cap on it looks like this. Both of mine are dirty and but I used to use this foundation a lot in high school, and my mom used to use this a lot, and this is such a good foundation. Like, I love this foundation. I have dry skin, and I can just put this on, and I don't really use like too much of a setting powder with this, and it just looks so pretty on your skin. So I've been loving this. Now I have 2 shades. This is a nude beige, which is the color that I am right now. It's a little bit darker, and then I have this one in soft ivory, and there is just a slight difference, but I am the darker one right now, and I actually wore soft ivory yesterday because I couldn't really get any more out of this, but I managed to get some out today, so I'm hoping I can use majority of this, but if I have to use this, it is what it is. I'll just use bronzer. So what I like to use to apply this foundation is the Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush, or the F82, which is the round top kabuki brush. I basically just go in here and just get some on my brush, and then do downward strokes. And yeah, I'll kind of talk about the foundation while I'm putting it on. It has a pretty full coverage, which I love, but it looks really nice and like kind of natural, and it just is amazing, and it stays all day and looks like flawless all day long. And actually, as you guys can tell, this is actually like pretty much literally my perfect color. Of course, you want to make sure that you're blending down your neck. And I don't know why my lighting is so bad today. Like, I look so washed out. I don't know what my lights are doing to me. But if you guys can see, like, that's just half of my face, and that half already looks like pretty flawless. And I'm just gonna, and that was just with like basically one little dab of that. this foundation is just awesome. I've been using this like every day for like a month now, and it's just such a good foundation. And I actually started to use it because I did get a little bit of a tan, and all of my other foundations are way too light because if you know me, I wear like the lightest foundation shade there ever was. So that is just with one layer, and as you can tell, it already gives me a pretty good coverage. So I still have some freckles showing and things like that, so I'm just going to go in with the second layer of the foundation. Plus, like I said, this is a flawless foundation routine, and I'm just going to start to, same thing with this foundation, I pretty much just kind of like go in downward strokes and short little strokes. I don't really buff it too much, and I kind of also use just like a tapping motion. And I love this foundation because it doesn't get cakey. It just stays looking really natural. And of course, with any foundation, you just want to make sure you're getting it kind of behind your ears and blending it down your neck to make sure that everything is one color. Okay, so that is what the foundation looks like with just the foundation on. It is super flawless, you guys. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love this foundation. Like, I feel like my skin just looks really flawless, and it doesn't look cakey. It looks pretty natural, and I'm just obsessed with this foundation. So next I'm going to put on concealer, and the concealer that I've been using lately is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is in the color Fair. I probably actually could have like one shade darker than this, but you know, you guys can tell how light that is. Still, the camera is washing me out, the lighting's washing me out today, so I look lighter than I actually am on camera. Okay, so I'm just basically creating that triangle underneath my eyes. This is not a light look, you guys, so if you guys are looking for something that's not heavy, this probably isn't it. Although this doesn't, to me, feel very heavy, and it doesn't look very heavy to me. I know you guys are probably like, wow, that's a lot of makeup, but it actually looks really good in person. But I'm just putting this underneath my eyes to conceal. And then when I do, because I do have some redness and freckles on my nose that I always have to cover up with concealer because foundation never covers it, I just go down my nose. This is also providing some highlighting onto my forehead. And then I'll take it on my chin. So now that I look crazy, I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and start to blend that out. See how much more flawless like my nose looks just because of that? Because I have dry skin and the foundation has such a beautiful finish to it, I feel like I don't need concealer everywhere. But if you feel like you need concealer everywhere, if you have oily skin, feel free to use it. But I usually just set basically where I put the concealer, so down my nose, a little bit right here on my forehead, on my chin, and then underneath my eyes always, because that is where my concealer is, and I definitely don't want it to crease up or anything like that. And the powder that I'm going to use is the Airspun Loose Face Powder. And I just take that on my Beauty Blender, and that will also keep the powder to just like sink in so it doesn't look cakey. Just just have a little bit of that powder on my sponge, and I'm just going to lightly dab it underneath my eyes. I will take a little bit more, put that down my nose, a little bit on the center of my forehead and on my chin area. Basically sticking to the center of my face so that I don't get any oils producing in those areas through the day. So that is the Flawless foundation routine. Like, my skin is super flawless. It doesn't look too heavy or cakey. It looks really good. This is such a good base to start out with to do the rest of your makeup with. And it just looks really good. The last thing I'm going to do for you guys and show you guys what I do is my bronzing, but that only takes me like 2 seconds, and I'm just going to show you guys real quick. I'm not going to get too into detail with this because I'm going to do a hot contouring and highlighting video soon, which is going to kind of touch base on this, but I'm just going to do my bronzer real quick because that's the next step that I do. And the bronzer that I'm using is the Jim McKidd Showstopper bronzer. It's a little bit more of like a reddish toned bronzer, but I find right now with my skin being a little bit darker, it looks really pretty. So now that my foundation has kind of set a little bit, where I haven't actually set it with a powder, it's just had time to like settle into my skin, that's when I take the bronzer. So I'm just going to use this on my temples and like a little bit around my forehead and then down my neck. I don't do too much on my cheeks, only because I don't want too much bronzer, because I'm going to end up putting blush and contouring, and I don't want it to be too much. But I just take the bronzer on this Sigma Large Angle Contour F40 brush and just kind of gently and very soft sweeping motions, just kind of putting that on my temples and just kind of working it down and then like up into the forehead, and just kind of blending it out into the center, but I don't really want to touch the center too much. But you guys can see how much that has already bronzed up this side of my face. Kind of slims it down a little bit and just gives it more of like a glow and makes it look really bronzed, like I've been out in the sun. And what I do is when I come to this side, I just end up kind of connecting that line at the very top. I do too much up there, but just a little bit. But you really just want to do light strokes and just kind of really feather it in, as well as just kind of feather it down and working it into the hairline, so there's not like a weird line of like white skin because it's not blended. And you really just want to make sure you're blending this. So just like that, and then I'm going to go down. Plus my neck is wider than my chest and the rest of my body, so I'm just kind of bronzing that up. And that is how I do my bronzer. So that is pretty much my Flawless foundation routine. You guys can see that this is really flawless and it looks so beautiful, you guys. Like, it just, like, I feel like my skin just looks so good when I wear this foundation routine. This has been my like go-to foundation routine for a while, and it just seriously makes your skin so flawless, and I really don't feel like I'm caking on a crap ton of makeup. I mean, I have 2 layers of foundation, I have concealer, and I have a tiny bit of powder, but I'm not setting powder all over my face. I mean, I just really love this, and it looks so good in person. It looks just as flawless in person as it does on camera. It looks so pretty. So that is the foundation with really no other makeup on. This is just the foundation. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do my brows, which if you guys want to see a video on how to do your brows, I just uploaded one last Friday, you guys can check out. And then I'm going to do my eye makeup, which I'm going to be doing a separate tutorial for, which will be up sometime mid-July, like the second, I think it's either the 2nd or 3rd week in July, that video will be up. And yeah, so I'm going to go do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, and that is it, you guys. This tutorial on this purple smoky eye will be up sometime mid-July, like I said. And yeah, I hope you guys like this flawless foundation routine. If you guys did like this and you guys found this video to be really helpful for you guys, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, then subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.